I really don't think I can give more of an introduction. San Francisco, we've been waiting 10 years for this midnight mass, and it's finally here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for John Waters!
Thank you very much.
San Francisco, John.
Boy,
Welcome.
thank you, thank you. San Francisco was the very first place any of my movies caught on outside of Baltimore, really. Way before New York. Way before New York, they played here.
So you were hipper than New York?
Well, I don't know. I mean, certainly, I came here and showed them at the Palace Theater and the Secret Cinema and all those places with the Coquettes and everything, and it was really the first time that it got really a following. And Divine came out here for the very first time. He was still, I guess, Glenn Milstead then, and the Coquettes flew him out here, and so he got on an airplane in full drag with not one penny in his pocket, alone with those, you know, fake tits and everything, and sat by himself on the airplane. Imagine if you were sitting next to him, because he had narcolepsy too and fell asleep and snoring in full drag, and got off the plane, and the Coquettes met him in the airport in full drag, and he never went back, ever, in his mind, to being that other person.
I can't blame him, really. I've actually never traveled that way, but I think maybe I should try.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I'm thinking.
These days, it's a little tougher with screeners.
Oh my God! You should see when they open your bag and your tits and your. You know,
well, they used to with
stuff
Divines, and then he said they would slam it back shut because he'd have his cheater on the top. That's his fake vagina, and.
Cheater.
And the cheater would always, he said he could come through customs with pot always, because they'd see the cheater and go, oh, all right.
So he would put the pot
He would put the
vagina
cheater right on top of his suitcase, so they'd open it up and go, oh, all right, go on.
These are good tricks.
Yeah.
I could become a drug embezzler.
Yeah. No.
So your parents to this day have never seen Pink Flamingos.
No, they paid for it too.
That's right.
But I paid them back. I paid them back, all of it. Yeah, they were shocked. Yeah.
So you actually wrote them a check one day?
I would send it because I went around the road. How we distributed the films before New Line was there was a place called, we tried to get midnight bookings, and we'd drive around the country, and we would follow wherever they burned the Bank of America down. That seemed like it would be a good place to go, you know? And
strategy?
In the 60s, burning the Bank of America down was like going to a rave for the weekend. So we would go there, and then I would find some theater and talk them into lending me, or renting for a midnight show for like $40 or something. And then my mother would ship me the flyers with the stamp of the name of the theater, and I'd stand on the corner and make Divine go dressed as Divine, walk sometimes on the subways of New York, and people would run out of the cars screaming, and we'd give them a flyer.
Right.
And or we did plate jobs. That's when you just go in a restaurant where people are eating and hand them flyers until the management throws you out.
This all sounds like good marketing strategies.
Yeah.
We're Midnight Mass will maybe start doing some of this.
And then I would send my father back money every week as we traveled, you know, and he was so amazed, kind of. So was I.
So you made Pink Flamingos, and you took it on a tour.
No, first this was Mondo Trasho and Multiple Maniacs, before Pink Flamingos.
Oh, and they paid for those too?
Yeah, and then I would ask him for twice a month. And finally, with Pink Flamingos, I started to pay him back, and he said, look, you didn't go to college, don't pay me back, put it all in the next movie, and don't ask me again.
Wow.
Which was great, yeah.
What amazing supportive parents.
I know, and they were really humiliated by the movies, you know. Because nobody said they were good, ever, and the newspapers would say horrible homosexual films and stuff, and my father would be, oh, God.
Oh.
Kid, do you have to say that stuff in USA Today? He still says that, because that's the paper he reads. So I don't say it. USA Today.
The ironic thing is, really, if you read the New York Times or the Washington Post, or
they weren't nice to us then.
But now, now
sometimes they are. Yeah, but But they were great about it, but they were humiliated, you know, by the films. And my mother would come sometimes and leave in tears and saying, "You're gonna die in a mental institution or commit suicide." She said that once.
So if they didn't see Pink Flamingos, does that mean they did see Female Trouble?
They had to once, and my mother said to me afterwards, "That gator," she said, "is that the kind of man you find attractive?" And I lied and said no.